Messaging is a concern for Chris Gibbs, who was the Republican Party chair in bright red Shelby County in western Ohio and voted for Donald Trump in 2016. He left the GOP over the tariff war with China in 2018 and now chairs the Shelby County Democratic Party.
You know, if you look at the wider picture, it looks like we didn't communicate with the working class voter. And that's fine. I think that's an Emerald City view. But to get there, from get to here, from there, there's a lot of flying monkeys between here and there. So I think what's going to happen with this party, in my humble view, is that we're going to have an internal discussion, maybe even a family food fight of who's got the microphone. Is it going to be the far left, progressive left, and that's fine? Or is it going to be more centrist folks that we find out in counties, the ruby red counties like Shelby County? We've got that discussion to have, and it's going to be a tough one.
I know there are people who would say, hey, Sherrod Brown tried to appeal to more moderate voters, and obviously it didn't work. And maybe the goal is, or the idea should be, to go to the more progressive issues. Where do you fall on that?
I can see that argument. However, let's look at what we've tried that over the last 20 years, and we've continued to lose support in these ruby red counties, particularly rural counties like me. So if you want to go after the folks and get them off of the couch in Cleveland and Columbus and Cincinnati, because if we need to be more progressive, that's fine. And you may win elections, but you're never going to pick up people in the ruby red counties. You're going to continue to lose those folks because they don't feel like that faction of the party represents their values, and God love them. In the Democratic Party, everybody gets a voice, but not everybody gets their way. So at least everybody gets a voice here, and that's what makes us strong as a tapestry. So we've got that discussion to have. In my view, we need to become more centrist, but we'll have that discussion. It's going to be a tough one.
Donald Trump beat Kamala Harris in Shelby County by 65 points, and you were a Republican until just a few years ago. Is the Democratic brand in counties like Shelby County broken, or is it the messaging, or what is it?
Well, let's not look just at Shelby County. Other counties are the same. The brand is the issue, and thanks for bringing that up, because brand is everything. Whether it's marketing, whatever you want to do, you have to protect the brand. And the brand over the last 2 decades has been severely damaged. You know what? Politics, Tip O'Neill used to say that all politics was local. I don't believe that anymore. All politics is now national. And what's happened is the national party has swept us all along, has swept the ruby red counties along with that agenda, and swept us away from the values of those folks in Shelby County and other counties. So that's what we're working on, is values voters, because we understand that the people in Shelby County and the surrounding counties are values voters. They're not issues voters. Democrats can come in, bring them a new fire station, they can bring them a ribbon cutting, they can bring them marginal tax rates, whatever you want to bring, and they'll take them and they'll say thank you. They'll even say thank you to child tax credits if you can get it passed, but they still won't vote for you because they don't believe that Democrats on the national level, spilling all the way down, share their values. This is a shared value discussion.
So in all practicality, what do Democrats do now? Because there's a big race in 2026, obviously the next presidential race in 2028. What can Democrats do now, and where do the candidates come from?
Well, we're going to start with leadership, get it out of Washington, D.C. I'm a proponent of Ken Martin out of Minnesota to be the DNC chair. We're going to have a new DNC